Hello, everyone. Caren Glasser, and this is The Passion Point. This is the show where we follow passionistas from all around the world who are following their passion, making a living, doing what they love. And today, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to have these two guests on the show. They are the brains behind BeLive.tv. That's BeLive. Let's just put this up here because I can. BeLive.tv. We've been yakking before the show, and I'm going to introduce them right now, and then we'll continue to yak. The CEO of the company is Daniel Mayer, and he has worked as a project manager since 2009. He has co-founded 3 startups, and he also likes to snowboard, just in case you were wondering. And our CTO is Safrir Rehan, and he previously worked at Google. He has been a social media enthusiast since 2006, and he's a musician at heart. I love that. I love music myself. I want to welcome you guys to the show. Daniel and Safrir, join us at The Passion Point. How are you today, guys?
Hey, thank you.
Hello. Great to be here.
We're just delighted that you're here. And I have been talking about you guys and about BeLive.tv for as long as you guys have been around in terms of this particular platform. And we always like to start our show with the definition of passion. And so today we're going to talk about passion in terms of Webster's dictionary. Webster says that passion is an intense driving or overmastering feeling or conviction. What do you guys say? What does passion mean to you?
I think that for entrepreneurs, it's like the first rule. We're basically powered by passion. It's the only thing that we have on the first steps of each company and each startup. It's like the only thing that you have, it's the passion. And with this passion, you need to bring all the other stuff into the company, into the startup, into your life.
And Safrir?
I definitely agree, because a lot of the time at the early stages of the startup, and later Daniel will tell about what we went through on the way to BeLive, a lot of the time everything you have is only passion. And that's what keeps you going every day, getting up, coming to work, doing the routine again, sometimes succeeding, sometimes not succeeding, and coming back with your full force.
Yeah, you know what, I kind of like calling it failing your way to success, right? Because if you don't have all those different failures, you don't know what you need to either improve on or move forward. So I think it's a good thing. I totally think it's a good thing. Let's talk about your story. Where did you guys meet? How did you guys connect?
So we actually met, what was it, like 20-something years ago, maybe 22 years ago, at the 4th grade. So we've been friends really since a very early age. And we've been in the Scouts together, and later life also brought us to be in the Army together. We spent boot camp in the same tent, one bed next to each other. So that life really took us on this long way that later we managed to take that friendship and turn it into a partnership and run this business together.
So I know that you started with your first live broadcasting product called AweVid. What was that about?
So AweVid was all about crowdsourcing a multi-crowd live broadcasting platform. It means that a lot of people can join together to one broadcast, and then a producer is managing the broadcast.
Is it still around?
Yeah, it's still up. It's still there. We are not like supporting it anymore. We support AweVid for 1.5 years. And what I can share with you, it's all we made, all the broadcast our users made in AweVid in 1.5 years. We are doing today in a half of day. Every half of day in BeLive, we are doing the same amount of broadcast we did in 1.5 years with AweVid. So just to compare those two products.
Wow. Okay, so what do you attribute that to? Why do you think that is?
Well, AweVid was a bit ahead of its time. The idea was that when there are outdoor events going out, like concerts or newsworthy events, then people could crowdsource and work together to broadcast it. So it really worked great. We created a really amazing product that really works and does that and creates wonderful documentation of events. But it was extremely hard to explain to people why they should use it, and to find the person that has the willpower to make it happen, like to collect the team together and to arrange everyone. It's like the number one thing that we learned, that if you have something really great, it still has to be also really simple to use and really simple to get started with. Otherwise, it's just you and your great thing, and it's really hard to get people to use it.
Well, it's funny. We were talking about that even before the show started, and one of the things that I totally love about BeLive.tv is the ease of use. There is no barrier to entry. Almost anyone can do this if they can click and type a title and just go live. So tell us about, you made the path went from AweVid, and then you went straight into BeLive.tv.
Yeah,
how did that happen?
Yeah, that's true. So when we recognize that there is a big potential for what's going on with the Facebook Live, and we saw the amount of broadcast and the amount of users that using it, and then we realized we had a great platform for live broadcasting. We of course need to change it and to modify it to the specific use cases we're looking to have with BeLive, and that's what we did. And it took us something like a month working and developing the first product at BeLive, the Q&A format. Then it's much more easier, and you don't have any kind of things that Safri has mentioned before. When you want to create a broadcast with AweVid, you need a producer, you need a lot of people, you need all those things. And with BeLive Q&A, you just need to be yourself and your computer. 2 clicks and you're on air, you're live, you can broadcast no matter to whom, wherever you want, whenever you want. And then it's just the magic of simplicity and making a good product.
So let's talk a little bit about the product. BeLive allows you to do what we're doing right now, right? Mm-hmm. I'm on a camera, you're on a camera, you're sitting in Israel, I'm sitting in Napa, California, and yet we look like we're sitting together in one shape or form. How does this, which is really great. I mean, it's a great way to reach your target audience, a great way to interact. And you were saying to me earlier that really is the intent of this, is to create that interaction, create that conversation. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I think that the first tool of engaging your community is taking them with you to the January. And the first product that we launched, the Q&A, giving you the option, allow you to show the comments that your community, your followers gave you. And when we, as a humans, see ourselves on a broadcast, see our picture and what we wrote, it gives us a recognition. And we love recognition. Everybody loves the recognition. Everybody loves to see themselves and to think that someone is care about what they've just written. So that was the first step, the Q&A. Second step was taking some parts of your community into your broadcast, what we are doing right now. You send us just a link, again, 2 clicks, and we are with you in this broadcast. And of course, there is a long journey from here and a lot of other stuff. I think that Safri can help me and mention the next steps that we'll try and we are doing those days.
Yeah. Right. Let's not go to the updates yet, though. Let's not go to the updates. I want to keep that to the end, okay? I want to really keep people to the end.
That's good. But it's also important to say, like, when we looked at Facebook Live and what people are doing with it and how people are finding success, one of the major things that we recognized was that when you just, you have a lecture and you put it on, it doesn't really work. If you're not there to interact, that's not what people are there for. Because people on Facebook are not like, hey, I have a spare hour, I want to lean back and watch this guy give a lecture. Right. They're like, in the moment, I'm here, I'm social, be with me, let's talk together. And when you fuel that, you let the community explode. And all the features that we give are revolving around that, around letting the community take part of the broadcast, feel like they're creating something together, and really create something together that's like the most basic enjoyment and needs of people come from doing things together and reaching the full potential of the community. And everything that we make is for letting that happen.
So how did you decide to connect with Facebook Live?
Well, at the time, we were working on AweVid, which was a live streaming product. And if you follow the timelines and you like piece the pieces together, when we started AweVid, there was no live streaming. Definitely not from mobile. It was a market consensus that this is a dead market. Live streaming is dead. Everything was tried, and the technology was all there in like 2008, 2009. I live broadcasted shows from a Nokia, one of the first 3G devices. I was already on Quick live broadcasting. It was immediately sent out to my Facebook, my Twitter, it was synchronized to YouTube. The technology was there. So it was never a technological problem. So we came at it from the social solution, that you work together. And while we were working and proving ourselves and doing our first steps in the startup world, what happened around us was that Twitter came up with their social live video platform.
Mm-hmm.
Meerkat came up and since also went off the field. And Facebook Live came in with full force. And when we say full force, we mean they gave crazy distribution to videos. So Facebook Live was the first to not only give people incentives to broadcast, but also they figure out the part of watching. Because we broadcast because we want people to watch. And Facebook is the first video platform that not only brings you to people that care about live videos, they bring your video to people that care about you. And they never saw a live video until that moment, and they saw this interesting, engaging video in their stream, and they engaged with it.
Right.
So that's something that we realized that Facebook really cracked, and it became exponentially hard to compete with that. So we realized, A, this platform is going to win, whether we fight it or not. B, it's not worth to fight.
Right.
So we realized that if we take our technology, which is extremely flexible, right now we're really not using it to its full extent at all. So we decided, what if we take this wonderful flexible technology and create engagement with it? So at that point, things just began moving. Once we had traction.
It's interesting. One of the things that I notice is that where you don't always have to rely on the people coming immediately and watching you live, because this stuff stays forever. It's evergreen. And for those of you who are watching and saying, oh, I think I might want to try this now, realize that when you put a video product and video assets out there, we know that the attention span of people out there, if there's a video out there, they're going to watch it maybe 2.5 minutes. Static text, maybe less than 10 seconds. And so video is where it's at. Live video is completely where it's at because it will live forever. And I know personally when I do these lives, no matter how many people I had on in the beginning, it grows exponentially, as the weeks go on, because people will come back and watch it, or I will download the video and I will use it as part of a blog post, or I will repurpose it. Do you guys, are you proponents of that, of repurposing the content that we're creating with these lives?
That's definitely something that we're looking at, because we're always looking at what our users are doing. That's like our #1 source of information.
Right.
Because we have our guesses, then we look at what people are doing, and our guesses are not always correct, usually not correct. And then we see, okay, so this is the new reality. And we're seeing that people really do a lot of that, downloading the video and uploading it to other places where they also have communities that they want to engage. And that's perfect. That's what we're here to enable. So we're definitely looking at that and considering it when we'll think of future features.
So one of the things that you have that has upped the game with Facebook is that what we're doing right now. because on Facebook, if you're using Facebook Live, what do? You pick up your phone, right? And you either put it on a tripod or you stand there like this or you turn it around and it's just you. The fact that you can have more than one person on with you really ups the game, at least in my opinion. It really ups the game. Is there anything on the horizon that's going to be more than just 2 cameras? Are we going to be seeing some other things coming from you guys?
Like what?
Oh, maybe 3 cameras or 4 cameras. I don't know.
3, maybe 4, maybe.
Okay, you guys are now teasing. So tell us what's coming up. What is coming up with BeLive?
Okay, so we have a new format, a new broadcasting format in the oven, and we like to structure the broadcast in formats. So we can tell you, create a Q&A, 1, 2, 3, it's you. Comments are coming, show them on the screen, answer questions. You have an hour currently using interview format, where we're 2 faces on this side, but basically it's 2 cameras talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So the next format, we don't have a final name for it yet, but it will be a more advanced format that will be for people that are already have some experience in using our systems and or other systems that do live broadcasting, and they want to go the next step, to maybe bring more people into the broadcast, to maybe switch between angles in a different way. We still don't have it finalized, but we did have an early adopter use it, and it was a broadcast that was 4 hours from around the world, and multiple guests came in and out during the broadcast, and that's something we can already hint to, that format will have the ability to control on which guests come into the broadcast at which time. So you can have you will be able to have many guests joining ahead of time, and introducing them into the broadcast in and out over time. I know I'm not telling much. I may be over teasing here.
I'm excited. You might be telling not a lot, but I get it, and that is freaking awesome. We actually tried to hack your system a couple of weeks ago by having people come in on the link and then going and then have somebody else click on the link and coming in. So we did kind of play with that a little bit, but oh my gosh, guys, if you're listening to this, you need to be listening to this. This is going to be monster. So I would love for you to talk a little bit about, you're obviously following your passion. You talked about the failures that you needed in order to move forward. What would you tell somebody that came to you that says, I've lost my job, or I've been laid off, or I can't find a job. I think I've lost my passion. I don't even know what to do. What would you tell them? How to find their passion or how to follow a dream? Do you have any wise words to share with our viewers that might be in that boat right now?
So I think that passion, it's a big word. I mean, when people know about their own passion, it's high level of knowing yourself. And the first thing is to know yourself. I mean, to know what is the points of passion in yourself, what passionate you, waking in the morning, doing your work, your job, and then going to your life routine back. So the first thing is better understanding what are my passions. I have a lot of people that I'm familiar with. They don't know what is the passion of their life. They have a job, they have a family, they have everything. But when you're asking them, what is the passion? What you're looking to have? What is the purpose? They don't have answers. They don't know what they like to do. It's not just a passion. You're asking them, do you have any hobbies? Do you have any things that you like to do? They don't have answer to that. So the first thing is better understand what is your passion. When you understand it, please understand that there is no connection between passion to money. It's not like there is a passion to money, but there isn't any connection between passion to money. You can do all the stuff, lot of stuff without any connection to if you have lot of money or not. And basically, I think that the small things of life bring us the happiness and the passion. As for me, to be entrepreneur, to change things, to see the things from the other angle. I mean, to see that there is issue there or problem, and to come with an idea to how to solve it or what we are looking to do here. It's the greatest things that we can have. I mean, and if a person can see himself like don't have anything else and just his passion, he can surely know he find his passion. So the basic rule is, if you can just be with your passion, I mean, with anything else, you find it.
That's a great way to explain it. I really appreciate that. One of my favorite quotes is, and I don't have it's anonymous, I don't know who wrote this, is purpose is the reason you journey. Passion is the fire that lights the way. Do you agree with that?
That sounds very correct.
Yeah. Do you have any quotes that you guys like? Anything that you live by?
I didn't prepare quotes. Did you prepare quotes?
That's okay.
That's all.
That's all. Well, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So let's talk about how people can get involved now. How can people sign up and become a part of Be Live TV? I'm putting up the link up there. So what will happen when they go to www.belive.tv? What will happen? They're going to click on it, and then they're going to do, is there any fee for this right now?
Well, right now, as soon as they come into the site, first of all, they'll see a bit about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how they can benefit from it. So hopefully, if they're not fully convinced that they have to use BeLive, that will help them go the next step. On the middle, there's a very big inviting button that says Get Started. And you just tell us a little bit about yourself, let us know what you're going to broadcast, what's going on, and you'll pretty soon get a message back that helps you get started. So sometimes we'll also reach back to you and give you a little bit of help if you couldn't figure it out on your own. But it's very simple because you get an email or a Facebook Messenger message with just ways to get started immediately. So with 2 clicks after filling the Get Started form, you should be able to already have a broadcast running. And you also have our contacts by that time. So you know how to reach out to us with any further questions. We sometimes take a few hours to get back to people, but we do work hard to get back to everyone, make sure that everyone has their needs fulfilled. And if you have something to broadcast, we want to be there to help you broadcast it.
You know, I want to address that for everyone out there that knows me, and that I try everything. And I have to tell you guys, you have the best support in that I've ever seen. When I first started using this, Safira, you know this, I emailed you almost immediately, and I was having a particular issue, and my God, I have never seen anything like this. You responded almost immediately, and that's how we met. And this is how we went back and forth, and then I met Daniel, and we went back and forth. You listened to the concerns I had, and you either were able to help me fix it, and or you actually tweaked your own project. And it has nothing to do with me. It's who you guys are. And that is something that really created the energy behind me wanting to bring you onto the show here today. Because when we are in technology, this stuff isn't going away, guys. Technology is not going away. You're going to have to either just suck it up and jump in, the water is fine, or you're going to close your eyes and have blinders on, and the world is going to pass you by. So why not enjoy doing it? Why not get involved with a company that is going to help you, that is going to be there with you and support you? And I'm not saying this because I'm getting paid for this, because I'm not. I'm saying this because I personally have experienced your support, your response, and your ability to create a product that I think is already lighting the world on fire, and I can't wait to see what else is coming from you guys. Any last thoughts you want to share with our audience before we say goodbye?
Follow your passion.
Definitely.
Follow your passion. Okay, I want to thank everyone for being with us today because we know that you have a choice as to where you spend your time. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that you chose to spend it with us today on The Passion Point. For those of you who would like to see some past shows, go ahead and go visit thepassionpoint.com and you'll see all these shows. I'm going to be taking this show that we recorded live. I'm going to be actually downloading it and uploading it into a blog post with transcripts from what we talked about today. And I hope that you will join us next time on the next episode of The Passion Point. Have a great day, everyone, and a great evening, you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.